Who posted my nudes on Twitter.com? Oh, no. Oh, that's hot.
If you guys haven't watched the Sonic Adventure 2 fan dub, you should look that up right away.
Hold up, sir.
Yeah, it's much better than this podcast.
Whoa, well, wait. Who the hell are you?
Me, my name is... I couldn't think of anything funny. I'm Cade. You're Joe, right?
Yes, I believe I'm Joe. I might be a shapeshifter, but we'll never know.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Is the guy to my right named Joe? Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta refresh one.
Anyway, and you are Harrison.
I'm Will Smith, the Sauce Master. No, I'm Harry.
Wait, hold on. I had to delete my browser history.
First topic. What the? Cade.
Hold on a second. Okay, sorry.
Okay, that's a lot of entries for hentai heaven.
No, I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to delete all these tabs.
All right, first topic of the day, hentai. Let's go.
No. Right, named Joe. Search, please.
Okay, the bit has passed.
Okay, yeah, you're Joe. All right. Just
okay.
Sure.
Anyway,
all right.
You never be too careful these days.
Did you guys know that the letter X
he suspects nothing?
Did you guys know the letter X is useless?
Okay, who cares?
The letter X.
Yeah, the letter X. All right, here we go. You know the word like prefix. You know.
Wow, we're starting out with a whopper.
Are we?
Yes.
Are you really doing this?
Yes.
No.
Yes, we are. Hold on.
No, we're switching topics.
No. I have this all written down. All right, here's
you want to talk about the letter X?
No. It goes beyond that. All right, I'm redoing the alphabet. All right,
what
so
the fuck are you
the alphabet Cade version.
All right, here's the
now
deal.
in stores.
You don't need the letter X. You got words like prefix. Instead of spelling it Prefix, you could just spell it Prefix.
Okay, this is why our viewer watch time is 12 minutes.
Listen here. All right, xylophone. You don't need an X there. It could just be ZY, not XY.
I
X
apologize on behalf of Cade.
All right. Here's also thing. C is also useless. Race car. Fuck that. RASEKAR. Boom.
You can head on over to H3 podcast if you don't like this part.
What did you just say?
You can head on over to H3 podcast if you don't like this.
Are they even? I've heard that people don't like them as much as they used to for some reason, but I'm too lazy to investigate.
I've never watched them.
Knowing YouTube's probably some sort of drama.
I used to watch them back in the old days, but not recently, really.
All right, what's another topic we got besides the letter X?
Is hair a fluid?
What?
Where are you getting these topics?
Just throughout the weeks, I'll just like think of something and I'm like, oh, that'd make a good podcast topic, and then I'll just write it down.
These are shower thoughts, not topics.
It's exactly what we're doing here.
No, hair is not a fluid. How is it a fluid?
Well, because like it's like a solid, but like it pretty much like flows, so it's a fluid.
It's a solid.
It's like a mix between a solid. Well,
it's a bunch of little solids.
Your hair
it's a solid.
Your hair does not fall off your head like water.
Okay, let me hypothetical. If you had a shrink ray and you shrunk down a rope to be the width of a human hair, would it be a liquid?
What?
If you took a rope and you had a shrink ray and you shrunk it down to the point where it would be the same size as a human hair, would that make it a liquid?
I'm just saying that the width of the individual follicles are so small, and that any amount of force or influence will cause the hair to move like collectively, almost like a fluid, like Jello or some shit.
But then
it's still a solid
hair as a fluid.
Because it's
just a really small solid.
Well, yeah, but like it acts kind of like a fluid because it flows. Like your hair like flows in the wind. It's a fluid.
Grass flows in the wind.
Well, yeah, but like that is much
not liquid.
Grass is much larger. It does not flow as much as hair.
Yeah,
It's less malleable.
Please,
size does not matter.
Please change this topic.
God damn it, you guys! I'm trying. All right, I have a story for. No, you know what? I've had 2 shots. They failed. Somebody else think of something. Joe, what do you want to talk about?
We didn't come up with. It's your job to.
Fine.
Whatever. Okay.
Well, it's not my job to come up with ideas.
Fine.
You write that. Okay.
Fine.
Anyway.
Tinder bios. Let's go.
Oh yeah, we were going to talk about that.
Oh,
okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So, at the start of our college year, basically, me and my us gamers in the podcast group, we just decided, hey, let's make a fucking joke Tinder account. Wait, no, actually, it was my roommate who did that. I think. I don't know.
Joe just threw his keys.
I said I would make a joke Tinder account. That's basically the gist of it.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
So.
Go on.
We had Wait, hang on. Here, I'll just pull it up.
Yeah, actually, no, don't take screenshots.
That'd be
but
much.
yeah.
That'd be much
I'm
easier.
not. I'm not. Yeah.
All right, me and Joe are gonna do a improv bit while Harry finds his
No,
Twitter. thing.
instead,
Let me
let's
just-
talk about the sponsors.
Hang on, I got it.
So the sponsor for this episode is the gun
All right.
alarm.
No, I got it.
Deets nuts.
All right. So basically, it reads, "What's my job? Professional virgin."
That's awesome.
The profile picture is like, well, Cade has this night helmet
Yeah,
for some reason.
it's my picture on the screen. That's me. That's
We should probably explain those at some point.
fine. Oh yeah, we never really talked about
Yeah,
this. But
like-
yeah, go on, Harry.
Well, and where's the bio? There it is. So the first sentence of the bio is, "Y'all like memes?"
Dude, my panties are soaked.
Oh yeah, memes, boy.
Literally, the last line is, I may be thick, but I ain't a dick."
That's a gold. I may be thick, but I ain't no cuckold.
All right, now what about some other really fucking weird Tinder accounts y'all have seen?
I don't use Tinder,
I never used Tinder either.
Shit. Okay.
but I feel like now is probably a good time than ever to explain the symbols.
Yeah, our symbol
Yeah,
on our YouTube
we never really
channel.
explained why I'm a banana with a top hat, while you're a playing card with a hat, and Kay's a night
Yeah.
helmet.
Right.
Like, and this is the 4th episode.
I'll
or
start-
5th? I don't know.
I'll start.
The night helmet is.
I own a night helmet that looks like that, so that's my character. That's it. That's the story. That's the reason. Joe, go ahead.
Mine is because I own a banana costume, and I've worn it for costume things in the past, and I also own a top hat.
And you also like bring a banana like everywhere with you.
Yeah,
I don't bring a banana everywhere.
Joe
with
eats
me.
Joe
You
eats
have-
bananas a lot.
I eat a lot of bananas,
Yeah,
yes, but I don't bring one everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you just eat.
What?
I noticed you just bring a lot of them like along as snacks.
I did that one time, literally one time.
Nah, it was more than one time.
Joe, why do you have iFunny open?
Way to fucking call me out,
Who
Kate.
posted my nudes on ifunny.com?
And
I just forgot to close it before the podcast.
I'm a card because my online handle is usually Soul Spade, and
Epic sauce.
the hat is usually the hat's just like something I wear like a lot.
Yeah, if you look, people might be confused as to what is on top of Harry's icon. It's like one of those like
Flat cap paperboy things.
yeah, paperboy extra. One of those.
We will
kinda
pay
hats.
you 1 cent to deliver something 50 miles away. Go!
I literally the reason I got it was because I was out like prom shopping for like a suit, and I walked into this store that was like specialized in not high end, just really fancy looking stuff, like a Kingsman store. And I wasn't finding anything, so I was like, God, where is it? And then I saw the hats, and I was like, yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I had to commit to the bit.
Yep.
All right, you guys want to hear a story of when I worked at a grocery store?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay, so as you guys may have heard from a previous podcast, I worked at a grocery store for about 2 years, and one of the days I really had to go to the bathroom, so I go into the bathroom and there's like a normal stall and a handicap stall, and I don't know why both stalls were available, but I just wanted to go into the handicap stall, like just because like it has like more space and it's like more secluded in the corner. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, they're not like restricted to only handicapped people, right?
Well, I mean, if you have a wheelchair, then that's pretty much all you can use. So,
Yeah, okay.
so I decided to go in there and I was just kind of chilling on the toilet, like going through my phone, like while I was on the clock. And then when I was there, I noticed out of the corner of my eye, I looked underneath like the stall door, and there was a wheelchair by the door of the stall, and they tried to open the door. I was in there, and they were like, "Oh, okay," and they left, and I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, no!" And so I think they tried to like use the urinal or something. Like they like struggle like to stand up and like use that. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. I need to get out of here. And so I was like very quickly like getting all wrapped up, like flushing the toilet. And then as soon as I like open the door to leave the handicap stall, like the guy in the wheelchair is as I go out of the stall, he's leaving the door of the bathroom, and he looks over and sees me in my uniform. So he sees the employee of the grocery store getting out of the handicap stall. They're not handicapped. He's probably like, well, these people here are dicks. And so later I was bagging groceries at the end of one of the aisles, and that same guy coincidentally came down my lane
Oh God.
with his groceries, and was like, shit, I think he knows who I am. No. And so I'm just sitting there like silently trying not like to freak out and just like not draw any attention to myself as this guy who I cucked out of the handicap stall is like standing like right next to me, like using his credit card. I'm like, hi, hello there. How you doing, sir?
Oh man,
It was one of the stressful parts of that job for me, which is very surprising because I worked there for like 2 years.
What's another topic? We've all started exercising recently.
Yes, we did.
Well, okay.
Healthy boys.
Harry started around the beginning of college. I sort of tried to exercise a little bit before like coming to college, but I sort of not I in and out. Like sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. I went through like phases with it. It was kind of hard in like rural Iowa because we don't have a gym near us.
So you're a little bitch then? Is that what I'm hearing?
You shut the fuck up,
You-
boy.
you little
You want to challenge me, soy boy?
You little soy cock
Anyway,
piece
and
of shit.
Kate also started recently.
Can't even lift a barbell. Yeah, I did. Me.
Shut the fuck up.
Me and my friend Ryan, I can use his name. He said I was okay. We started going to, I'll say, the local gym, and we started working out there. We're like trying to. I mean, previously we only worked out at the library, so we're a little inexperienced.
Wait.
you
You
worked out
at
at
a
the-
library?
What?
Oh, I thought you guys would get that meme. It's like the meme of like this super like muscular guy. He's like, and he's talking to this guy with this really huge head, and the muscular guy's like, "Where do you work out?" And the guy's like, "At the library." It's a meme around a little bit.
Hey, this is library.
This is a library.
I love that. Whoever that guy is, I love you.
So yeah, me and Ryan, we're gonna become Swole Boys, and we're gonna rename the podcast the Swole Boys Podcast, as me, Joe, and Harry get so muscularly thick.
Here's the thing. I'm not exercising to get muscle. I do mostly cardio. I'm exercising so I don't die at 35.
That's probably
That's
true.
my goal. Like,
Colonel, I've infiltrated the base, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
Colonel, I need to work on my glutes because the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
welcome to the Midnight Memer podcast.
No.
Hey guys,
That was a potential idea I
We
came
like
up with for the
memes.
name, but they were fastly against
It's
it.
a bad
Wait,
name.
when did you suggest that?
Maybe you weren't around.
The Midnight Memers?
Yeah.
That sounds kind of stupid.
That's the
sounds
point.
very
That is the
stupid.
point. That's
Well,
the point of it.
I think it's
I'm sorry. Is this an intellectual podcast, Cade?
no, but I think the Basement Boys is a little bit more appropriate,
True.
for lack of a better term.
Anyway,
Because we're boys in a basement.
Secret. Time for what is it? Podcast secret. There is actually a secret that our audience members do not know about the podcast, which is this was not originally. I won't reveal his name, but this was not originally planned to be a 3-person podcast. This was going to be a 4-person podcast, but they unfortunately, due to
Bump.
various issues, could not join us.
yeah.
So
It's
sadly,
unfortunate.
we do have the files. We actually, before we did our 3-person Basement Boys podcast,
We recorded a few sessions of our 4-person.
we had four episodes recorded of
The
our
lost
4
episodes.
sessions. Yeah, the Basement Boys lost episodes. We didn't have like good mics at the time. We just used our phones to record, so they probably sound terrible. But if any of those Basement Boys listeners, if they want to hear if they want the lost episodes to be uploaded to catch up on any stories that we've forgotten about or want to learn about our secret 4th member.
Well, I'm not actually sure the 4th member would have been 4th member would be okay with it, actually.
Well, I mean, I'll just ask his Blake for firstly, and if he's not okay with it, then we'll just say, "Oh, sorry, never mind, we changed our mind."
Yeah, cool.
But if anyone out there wants to hear the very, very, very low quality Basement Boys lost episodes, let us know in the comments.
And if you want,
we did some things during that, man. We read a Johnny Test fanfiction live.
and if you want us to bass boost every single audio crackle, just hit us up, man.
So today I was
Today on the Basement Boys.
Today's on the
podcast.
Basement Boys.
Do you actually
podcast.
do you still have the file of like his pixel art?
I should, yeah.
In that case, put it up. It should be a tree with glasses on.
Whoa, there he is.
For reasons. There he is, the emblem
Wispy
of
Woods.
the secret fourth member.
The secret fourth member. But yeah, we won't reveal his name until
We get to go
one,
ahead.
he's okay with it, and two, somebody actually wants to listen to the lost episodes.
Yeah.
But
All
yeah,
right.
we're warning you, the audio quality is very shit.
Oh yeah, it's on our phones.
Yeah.
But anyways, time for a hot button topic: Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh boy.
Pokemon, buy the poop.
Oi, Moira, you're ready for a Pokemon battle.
Oh, you got your gym leader's license.
Sort off me fucking lane.
You got that license for your gym leader badge license. You got a license for that master ball.
You got a license for your license?
You got a license for being 10 years old?
Okay, guys. Speaking of Pokemon Sword and Shield, remember how I had my Curious George rant on how Curious George, how they say he's a monkey but he doesn't have a tail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
If the viewers don't remember, you can watch this episode here. Put a
Click the link in
Kate.
the description below.
Click it.
Click. Do it.
so if you guys aren't gonna watch it or you have already heard, here's a refresher. Monkeys have tails. Chimps, which are apes, and apes in general, don't have tails. Yet George, the monkey, Curious George the monkey, doesn't have a tail, which is ass backwards.
All right.
So
Have you considered the fact that
oh.
maybe he lost it in a terrible driving accident?
that's a good theory, actually. But here's what I'm getting
Cade,
at. What?
Please don't tell me you're going to complain about Gru Monkey.
I am. First of all, it's Grookey. All right,
Grookey.
Okay, before we continue, what is Gru Monkey?
it's Grookey.
What's
Pop,
Grookey?
pop up a picture of Grookey.
Well, there he is. Grookey is the new grass type starter.
Oh,
that will be
yeah.
in Generation 8 of Pokemon, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. And but here's the thing. His Pokedex entry lists him as the chimp Pokemon. A chimpanzee is an ape. Apes don't have tails. As you can see, Grookey has a tail. I'm pissed!
Chimpanzees also aren't green.
And they don't.
I
And they're
don't
not-
care about colors. I'm just
they-
saying that, like,
And they can't shoot.
It's not
like,
supposed to be accurate. It's aesthetically based on.
but why is it called Grookey, which is based off of grass
Because
and
it's-
monkey?
because it's a good name.
But it's called the chimp Pokemon when monkeys and chimps aren't
Would
the
you rather,
same thing.
Would you rather it be called Grape?
I'd rather. Actually, that's pretty hilarious.
The card and the helmet shaking, arguing at each other.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try. I just wish that people out there would realize the difference between monkeys and apes and the tails, because that's two cases almost in a row where I've seen them that they've totally mixed up. And it makes
I
me
believe
upset.
that
Alright.
one day we will be able to tell the difference between monkeys and apes.
All right. Complaints about zoology aside, which ones are you maining?
I gotta go with Sobble. I just have this feeling that he's gonna evolve to be just like this kick-ass like water lizard.
I'm probably going to go with the water one too.
Do you know what it looks like?
I've seen pictures.
Oh, okay.
Have they revealed their evolutions?
No, just the base forms. What are you going with, Harry?
I'm picking the rabbit
God damn it.
because rabbits are the goddamn best animal.
The rabbit is my least favorite. I don't know why. I think it's because like
It's the Trix rabbit.
yeah, pretty much. I think it's the mix of like the fact that his eyes are like really far apart and they're also like perfect circles and just also look like kind of weird, like he's high off his ass. That just kind of throws me off a little bit.
That just adds it to the charm for me.
Also, his legs are very, very thin. Like, my God.
He's skipping leg day. Am I right, my fellow exercisers?
All right. Yeah.
Let's not turn this into another Pokemon episode.
Yeah, we're done talking about
All right,
Pokemon.
Pokemon. What's next?
I'm gonna pull up my notes to see if I had anything interesting.
Nothing
Nope.
involving the alphabet.
Nope, nothing. So thanks.
Damn it.
You prepared 3 topics.
Thanks for watching.
All right,
Why don't you guys think of any? Why don't you guys
You
write
didn't
in?
tell us to!
All right,
You might as
how
well.
about-
We
how
record a
about
podcast.
Anthem?
What's Anthem? Oh yeah, that's
Fair. Okay. Yep.
the shitty EA game that's not doing so great.
What is it? It sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh God. Okay. You know Iron Man?
Can't say I do.
Are you fucking serious?
Of course not. I know
Okay.
Iron Man.
You really had me there.
It's kind of Iron Man. It's kind of like Iron Man Simulator, except shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds.
It was made
interesting.
by EA.
Oh, that's bad.
The same
Yeah.
creators of Insert all of these games that were terrible and thus resulted in the companies that EA bought being shut down due to lack of sales.
Image of EA with Darth Vader theme. Go.
Also,
I'll only have to include like a second of that because it's probably copyrighted.
Okay, yeah, just the first note. Go with the first note.
okay.
Brr.
Can I just summarize basically everything wrong with Anthem for you, Joe?
Yeah,
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
I don't really think about it either, so yeah.
So Anthem is basically a looter shooter, like in the same vein as Destiny Warframe, except it doesn't have interesting loot.
Like Destiny.
No.
I'm kidding. I've never played it. I don't know.
Thing it.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Even if admittedly Destiny's loot can sometimes look like utter shit, but they at least have different gun models.
Yeah. Wait, so is Anthem like just what do you mean?
In each like weapon class,
Mm-hmm.
there are like 10 different weapons with different rarities
Oh.
and like 3 different gun models.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
It's utter ass.
that you can tell that game is totally rushed as shit. They didn't care.
Uh,
The only gameplay I've seen from it, it just looks like Destiny, but just kind of watered down, and you're Iron Man with a gun, obviously, because you can't make a AAA game these days without having guns in it. Yeah.
Other than that, world empty, hub world completely dead. Like even with NPCs talking, they're completely lifeless.
You guys remember good old Team Fortress 2?
I never played
No.
it, but
You
Yeah,
never
it-
played Team Fortress 2.
what did I just say?
Harrison, did you play Team Fortress 2?
I did. I tried to trade up for an unusual.
Good.
Worst mistake of my life.
I remember I had an unusual. I bought it with my money that I really shouldn't have. Like it was very overpriced. It was like $100, but I bought it anyway. I even created one at some point, but I just traded it. Anyway, I bought an unusual, and then I decided I wanted a different unusual, so I was trying to trade it. I still remember to this day. It was like a towering pillar of hats unusual, and I wanted to trade it.
Oh, that's a rare one.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the effect, but I wanted to trade it, and a guy had convinced me. This is a guy who apparently had done the scam to a lot of people. He
Yep.
convinced me to he wanted to trade for it, and it sounded like a good deal, and I was like, cool. I was very inexperienced in trading. Okay, quick background for those of you don't know. Team Fortress 2, first-person shooter, free to play. There are cosmetics, mostly hats in the game, and some of them are very rare and have unusual effects like flames.
It's a class-based shooter where you can play as like different classes of characters that have different abilities and like pros and cons.
Put up
Yeah.
some TF2 images and trading images if it's not too much work.
It was at least
Anyway, so I got this guy, and I was like, hey, he was like, he offered me a trade, and I was like, cool. But he was like, first off, he was like, it said on his account he was banned from trading. But I was like really desperate, and he was like, oh no, that's just a glitch, it's fine. And I was like, okay.
How old were you?
This is not long ago.
Oh my God.
But I was just,
Oh.
It's just a glitch, dude. I don't know what's going on.
it was just really, I think he may have made an alternate account or something. I don't know.
You fool.
That's like Fortnite.
Anyway, I was very desperate to get rid of it, so I wasn't thinking at the time. And he also was like, "Okay, look, I want to do this, but I don't know you that well, or I'm not sure how I trust the situation, something like that, some bullshit." He was like, "So how about this? You get your friend online." You trade your unusual. Pick a friend from your friends list. Tell me who it is. You give him the unusual. I'll give him my shit, and then he'll trade my shit to you and yours to me. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but I get to choose the person, so whatever. I can just choose someone I know.
They're all under his influence.
I chose someone I knew in real life. Keep in mind, I knew this person in real life, and I was like, hey, can you do this? He was like, sure. I traded him the unusual, and then I get a message from him that's like, okay, when are you gonna give it to me? And I was like, I just gave it to you. And he was like, no, you didn't.
What are you talking about?
And I checked, and apparently this fucking scammer had made an alternate account that had the same name as my friend and the same profile image.
Okay, what are the
crazy.
chances? What are the chances?
No. I told him who my friend was because he said he needed to trade it to him. He looked at his
so
profile.
he created the account.
Yeah, and he did that to fuck with me.
That's great. That's pretty smart. I mean,
That
screw
is-
that guy, but that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Oh, and the kicker, this was on my birthday.
Oh. Anyway.
Yikes, chieftain.
Oh, that sucks, man. But
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, back to Anthem. You know how most open worlds are kind of dead and lifeless?
In some cases, yeah.
Yeah, that's Anthem to an ironically, because it's covered in plant life, but it is dead. There's nothing to do besides kill random mobs and these weird mini boss things called titans.
Wait, so this is open world?
It's an open world game. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there like a plot line, like a storyline?
Oh, there is a plot. It's shit though.
I mean, obviously, but
They have these things called. Okay, spoilers for Anthem. If you bought it, don't buy it. Don't
if
ever
for some
touch it.
fucking reason you decide to play a game made by EA, go ahead. Sure,
I
spoilers.
bought Battlefront 2 and I'm ashamed.
I didn't buy it. I didn't give him a second chance.
I
I
got
had
it
a
for
friend
free.
who was a big Star Wars guy convince me.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I bought the first one. I was thoroughly disappointed.
But
Yeah, go
anyway,
ahead.
spoilers for Anthem. You have these relics in the game that basically the whole plot revolves around, called Shaper artifacts. And basically, these things are like plot device magic. Like they can do anything. They can flip gravity. They can,
of course.
They can invert space time. They can do anything. They waste it completely by having them spawn mobs.
It's like, you want to progress through the story? Well, then we'll just summon 3 waves of
Yeah.
piss easy enemies that you have to fight through to get a half a bar of experience.
The story's ass. The cool part about the Iron Man suits, the abilities, like, which you would expect to be cool, like let's say shoulder mounted rockets, or like superpowers, basically. They're useless.
Really?
Once you
that
get to a high enough level, the only things that will do like consistently high amounts of damage is your gun.
Makes sense. More guns.
No.
AAA games. We need to put guns in there. Machine gun, rocket launch.
Sorry, Joe. Were you gonna say something?
No. But now that I think about it, have we talked about Fallout 76 on this podcast?
We could talk about that after.
I mean,
Why after?
No, not after the podcast. I mean after Anthem.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a nice tie-in.
I have something to say about Anthem. One of my friends, I won't say their name, but they were interested in like buying Anthem, and so me and like one of my other friends were completely shitting on them, saying like, why on earth would you trust EA? Because like the game hadn't yet come out yet. The only thing that's been released was like the demo footage, and from what I saw for the demo footage, it was like looked like a complete and utter Destiny clone, which it is, but also worse.
Shit.
And so we're like, why would you want to buy this game? Why would you want to give EA money for this game that's probably not only a clone of an already existing game, but also will probably just be very fun and soulless, like everything that EA turns out. He's like, dude, you know what, man? I just think, I'm willing to give EA another chance. I think this game is really fun. And we're like, it doesn't look very fun. It looks very very boring, and like a complete and utter copy.
How quiet has he been since his release?
Well,
I have not heard from him since.
yeah, like we were telling him, like, dude, don't buy this game. Like, it's going to be a waste of money. And I haven't talked to him about it, but he hasn't said anything about the game being good. So I'm gonna text him right now. I'm gonna text him and ask him how much he likes Anthem. I'm gonna see how much he likes it.
All right, but the last point I want to make about Anthem is how shit and how like unforgivably bad the end game of it is. Because at the end in the end game, you expect there to be like the most content, like the most fun content, basically, like raids and stuff. Yeah.
Nah, it depends on the game.
I don't know. Like Destiny had like the Vault of Glass or whatever.
All right, I texted him. We'll see if he responds.
Anthem has two stronghold missions, which are basically dungeons. 2. That's it.
Oh yeah. Wait, seriously? Like that?
Yeah.
The whole game?
Only 2.
Oh yikes.
Ugh.
One of them's a reskin of an already existing dungeon,
Oh my god.
and the other one's a boss fight that's basically just an enlarged normal enemy.
Oh my god. You know how many like different like subsidiaries of like EA are like have like been shut down over the years and like moved to different areas because they're just doing so terrible. They just keep getting worse and worse. I just can't wait for the day where EA like files for bankruptcy because they just can't make a good game, and they're just the most hated company like of all time.
Well, the issue is they still make a shit ton of money.
I don't know.
Whales.
With
Whale? Oh, yeah.
I don't think
Remember that.
Anthem's gonna sell very well. I know Battlefield 5 didn't sell very well at all.
I
know
I will always love the, well, if you don't like it, then don't buy it. And then the pre-orders just dropped and you got fired.
I know Battlefront 2 didn't do very well. Like I just feel like eventually, like, people, like, game after game after game, like, it's just been just mediocrity and disappointment and laziness. And it's just people, like, everyone is eventually going to learn that, like, oh, this company has no passion, drive, or like carefulness about anything. We should stop buying their things, even if they look nice. And so I think eventually, unless EA somehow releases like multiple like good games like consecutively, I feel like they're just gonna go down and down to rock bottom, and just either like be bought out by something else, or like just like scale down like their production, or I don't know.
If they just keep buying studios and killing them off.
Yeah, I don't know
what's going to happen.
I don't know where they get all
can't
the money.
buy any more studios.
I don't know where they get all the money to buy. They've bought like a dozen different like game making like companies.
FIFA.
Then
FIFA gives them a shit ton of money.
Oh yeah.
Don't they make FIFA? Yeah.
That's how they
FIFA.
make all their
Oh,
money.
God.
God damn it. Never mind. They're gonna be around for like 30 years. Fuck. I forgot about the damn sports games. Do they also? Who owns Madden?
I don't know.
Man, isn't that EA too?
I think it might be.
I don't remember. I'm gonna look it up right
Is it
now.
2K?
What?
Shit, no, that's 2K, like NBA.
Speaking of stuff that looked good before release, Fallout 76.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
was.
man.
It frustrates me because can you imagine how great a good Fallout multiplayer would have been? Like, it
Yeah.
would have been awesome, and
Like-
they just raw fucked it.
The issue though is that it was made by Bethesda.
Well, that used to be a good thing, but now it's a bad thing.
Yeah, Madden EA Sports.
I'm hoping and praying that Elder Scrolls 6 will be good because that is my lifeblood.
I have my doubts. I feel like Bethesda's kind of.
to be good.
I think
good.
Bethesda is kind of dropping off the ladder as well. I think they've kind of lost their touch.
Did you
like
know-
like they hit gold with like Fallout, like New Vegas, and
That was
Arguably-
That
Obsidian.
was Obsidian.
well,
Fallout
They didn't
3
hit gold at all.
They hit gold with Morrowind, Oblivion, Fallout 3, and Skyrim.
yeah, they made their great Elder Scrolls games, and they made some good, arguably some good Fallout games. Like
Also Prey.
Fallout 4 is kind of
And Doom.
Oh, they
Right?
made Doom.
Well, okay.
No, id
they're
made
like id made Doom, but they were like,
Okay.
how was it worked? They were like under
published-
Bethesda, something
They
like that.
publish it.
Oh, they
Yeah, Bethesda
it.
published Doom.
If Bethesda had a hand in developing Prey or Doom, I'm confident that both of them would have been shit.
Eh.
So, seeing how like the only good games that Bethesda comes out with aren't actually their own games, that also leads me to believe that they aren't good at making video games. And it makes because they made Fallout 76, and that was an absolute shit show.
Yeah, that was just.
So I feel like Elder Scrolls 6. I feel like it's gonna be like. It's not going to be Skyrim. I mean, obviously, our expectations are extremely high after Skyrim, which is a fantastic game, one of the best video games out there.
I recommend using many mods, but yes.
But bugs aside, it's still the absolute scale and depth of the world, like, and like the lore and like the combat. It's wonderful. It's such a great game. So I think our expectations are so high from that.
Well,
I
it
feel
was
like
a bit done down role playing wise, but still a great game.
I feel like Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be kind of. It's going to be okay, but it's not going to be as good as Skyrim. And so people are like, this is shit. I'm just going to mod Skyrim again and play that on my Switch or whatever.
What about Starfield? And like the 10 seconds we saw of it.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I don't really know anything about it, so I
Yeah,
can't
what's up with
comment.
Starfield?
It's just like a space open
Starfield.
thing.
Starfield.
John, I have 10 seconds of demo footage. See you in 3 years.
That's a weird meme.
Yeah, it really is.
What do you think? What was the first meme?
Let's.
Internet meme to be clear to clarify. What was the first internet meme?
I think.
Rage Comics.
I think it was a.
Like the very first.
I think it was a video of a CGI baby dancing with ooga chaga ooga 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 chaga in the background, like the.
oh yeah.
Like that one song. Yeah, I think I think I looked this up a long time ago. I think that was like the first like widespread like content like thing spread throughout the internet.
Huh.
Don't quote me on that, but I've seen it like occasionally like passed through the years just because like it was the first thing.
The
People
very
spread around.
very early 2000s memes had like their own I don't know. They had their distinct quality to them. Like,
Yeah.
they're different from today's memes. Like there was
They
the
were-
like,
they were-
I'm
the
a
air of
gummy
innocence.
bear and all that
They have
shit.
the air of innocence.
They just like here's the joke. People didn't just like say that's funny, post it, and then forget about it like a week later. Like they stuck around. Like the hamster dance song, like all your base are belong to us, like you are a pirate. Those things lasted for like a long time.
Oh yeah. They also had the gummy bear thing and the Do You Like Waffles song.
Yeah. I
Do you
love
like what? Yeah.
No.
I'm not gonna sing it. I'm not gonna sing it.
I like old memes because
They had a wholesomeness to
the
them.
internet
Yeah.
the internet wasn't as fast paced back then. Like where today, like you have like 20 memes like a month and they're dead in like a matter of days. And if you consider dead to be like everyone knows about them and it's lost like its newness and value. Well, back in the day in the internet, like things spread around more slowly, like people weren't as like closely connected. So like things like got around more slowly and they had like a longer shelf life. But nowadays it's just like
Here's the thing.
it's a funny meme, post it on Reddit, it lasts for like 6 days, and people are just like, oh look, here's a new one, and they just move on.
Here's the thing. I like the new memes and stuff. I enjoy the completely weird absurdness, like Markiplier E. Put a picture of that on the screen.
That one's still pretty old, but that was a good one.
I enjoy those memes. I enjoy the current memes, but there was a certain like quality I can't describe and like wholesomeness to the early 2000s memes that I will always love.
I think it might be just nostalgia.
That too.
Honestly.
It could be because like in those memes you knew exactly what was going on, whereas nowadays it's just like
Yeah. Yeah, every meme today, well, not every meme, but like most memes are like incredibly cryptic and have layers and layers of like
Or no meaning.
of like backgrounds, or they just simply have no meaning, and then that just becomes the meaning of it itself, and it's just like everything's just so ass backwards, and it's just all a complete inside joke that's not funny, but we just find it funny because we get it. Well, I'm gonna in quotes, we get it.
Yeah.
It's just all complete nonsense, and we pretend to understand it so that we can be on top per se on the internet scape.
a lot.
Like, you've never heard of Thanos car? What are we devolving as a species? Get on the trends, bro.
The internet has changed rapidly. The world has changed rapidly if you think about it. Because like I was talking with Harry and some other people about this the other day. Like more shit changed in like the 20th century than probably like the previous 3 or 4 centuries combined. Because think about it. We started out the 20th century with cars being a rare commodity. Most people still using horses. Very little like medical knowledge. The midpoint was going to the fucking moon, and the end was the internet.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all thanks to computers, really.
yeah. Well, computers were only became like
the world changed.
like a super important thing, and they first kind of started out like the computers we know today, like in the 50s and 60s, but they really hit the mainstream
80s,
in, like,
90s, they became really important.
I'd say 70s and 80s, like the very earliest computers. But yeah,
But the point is, the world has changed incredibly drastically in the last in the 1900s.
so, and basically we live in a society.
So it's no surprise that there's a shit ton of just like global problems because people are trying to adapt.
yeah, that really blows my mind. Like somebody like born like before like World War I could have been alive when the internet was a thing, and like the hamster dance hit like 1 million views. So like when they were first born and they were a child, like their father was out fighting
Working on a farm.
was out fight. No, they was like out fighting in the Great War, or they're like that's World War I, by the way. Before they knew there were gonna be 2 of them, but and then like they got like their dolly, like their Raggedy Ann. They're just in their room, like they're completely dressed, like they're like having a tea party. And then like 100 years later, they're still alive, and
They're
like
seeing people dabbing.
and their great grandson's like, Mom, look at this funny hamster song I found, and then this like. It just amazes me how
they're
much
just seeing their grandkid or great grandkid doing the Fortnite dance, just going, "Where did we go wrong?"
Yeah.
What happened?
I wish I could unplug my life support, but I have arthritis. I can't speak to the nurse.
There was
Right.
like yeah, that is crazy to think. Yeah.
What were you to say here?
I wonder what the world will be
okay.
like in sorry, it's just
Alright.
I wonder what
No, it's fine. Go on. It's fine.
Excuse me, can I fucking talk, you degenerate? Anyway, that was a joke, Cade. Anyway,
No, sorry, go on.
you're not actually upset. Are
No,
you?
I'm-
Okay,
no,
good.
no,
Just
he's-
checking. Anyway,
I'm really good at fake crying.
I just the world changed drastically so much in that period. I wonder like if it will continue to change drastically going forward in terms of technology, and like will we maybe get the ability to live to be super long lives. That's not grammatically correct, but
technology is exponential to a point.
Yeah, there's a thing I've been learning in one of my classes. It's called Moore's Law.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Law, yeah.
Every 2 years, the I'll just simplify it, like the power of like a processor in a computer, but it's basically computing power every 2 years will double.
Yeah.
But recently it's become to slow down because you can only get to a point where like you can only fit like so much electronics in such a small area where like heat becomes like too big of an issue, and manufacturing costs become too high.
Well, a solution that might potentially be they're still doing research on it, but a potential solution that could be quantum computers.
That's what I've heard.
Quantum,
yeah, I've heard that like
Nuka-Cola Quantum, buy now.
I've heard that like we could be like on the edge of like a new age of computing, of like quantum computing. I don't know how it works.
They basically use particles, literal like microscopic particles.
Yeah, because
computer.
In case some of you epic gamers out there don't know like how like computer processors work, they're like very, very small pieces of silicon that are electrically charged to store things or like compute things, like depending on either if the thing is charged or if it isn't. And it's like all set in stone in physical matter. But if we do quantum stuff, if we do just like tiny little particles, then you could fit like so like much more like processes and things inside of like a smaller space, and we get back on track with Moore's law.
Oh, there's something really funny that I learned about like quantum computers a while back. You know how like once you start going like really, really, really small, then like all known laws of like physics start breaking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I think.
That's why certain particles will just disappear and reappear like thousands of miles away. Technically, I've heard about this. It's incredibly, incredibly unlikely. Like it would take multiple lifetimes of like multiple lifespans of the universe, I believe, for this to happen. But it's technically entirely possible that all the particles in your body, you basically, could disappear and reappear on Mars.
I'm gonna need some.
You can look it up. You can look it up, but it's incredibly, unbelievably unlikely. Like it will not happen, but it is technically possible according to theory.
So it's just a theory.
It's technically
a scientific theory.
Thanks for watching the Basic Voice podcast. No, we're not done yet.
Right,
Matt Pat, what are you doing here?
There's
we gave you the ransom, Matt Pat.
yeah. Anyway, the thing with like the logic or like the transistors getting smaller and smaller is that once they approach like a certain point, apparently electrons will just like teleport past them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like something tunneling or something.
Quantum tunneling.
Quantum tunneling. They'll just teleport past them. It's amazing.
Zoop. And that's how all your
we went from Fallout
porn
76 to
corrupted.
quantum tunneling.
We didn't even talk that much about Fallout 76.
We talked a bit, but anyway.
Everything's been said about Fallout 76. Fallout 76, bad, Todd Howard, Satan, yada yada.
Tell me lies, tell me.
What was that?
It was the beginning of a song that's probably copyrighted, so I'm not going to sing the whole thing.
Wouldn't it be nice if we made good games?
All right, but
no, we need money.
What's next on the chopping block?
Like I said, I'm completely out of topic, so I'm all ears if you guys have any ideas.
I read this one science fiction story. It was like a short story. I read it online somewhere. It's from a very old, like it's from like the 50s. Basically, the idea is they invented a way to basically harness the power of the sun and power Earth for like.
Yeah, it's a solar panel.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they literally
in the
built
50s don't know shit about shit.
They literally built like a half sphere, like a dome around the sun of solar panels.
Oh yeah,
something like that, and basically used it to power Earth, like all of Earth.
That makes sense.
And
so
they
a half-assed Dyson sphere.
And they like what was it? I can't remember exactly how it went, but basically they create this giant, super powerful AI that could answer any question. And it was like they were trying to, it was going basically through the lifespan of humans all the way throughout the whole universe to the point where like heat death was starting to happen, and we were trying to figure out how to stop it. And eventually, like all the humans like uploaded their minds into the AI, which had grown like super big at that point. And they gave the AI
where this goes.
And they gave the AI the job to like try to figure out how to reverse entropy, which is like the heat death of the universe and everything going dark.
Yeah.
And eventually, after an incredibly long time, it figured it out and said, "Let there be light." and that was how.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that Christianity symbolism? Wow. Do you guys think we should colonize the moon or Mars first?
Probably.
I would say Mars, because if the Earth is fucked, the moon will probably also be fucked.
I think
Not really.
I guess it depends on the type of fucked. If the Earth explodes, the moon would be fucked.
maybe.
You take a,
Yes, that is a yes, Cade.
I mean,
take
it depends on the immensity of the explosion.
it would take a lot to make the Earth explode.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like a solar flare or something.
I'm just saying for like if overpopulation is like a problem, like we gotta have like some people like living out somewhere else.
I was
like,
actually thinking about
starting
overpopulation.
new lives on new planets, spreading it out, spreading cultures.
Yeah.
I think the moon it would be easier because one, it's much closer. Like it's like it orbits us, so like Mars is like super far away.
The problem is there's a significant like Mars is less gravity than Earth, which is still a problem, but it's nothing compared to the moon. Like the Earth,
Yeah.
the moon gravity is significantly different to Earth.
That's
gravity.
true. Like if you lived on the moon and like you weren't constantly like exercising like your body, like eventually like the strength of like your bones and your muscles would like deteriorate. And so if you went to any other like planetary body with like stronger gravity, like you wouldn't be able to like hold yourself up because everything would just seem like so incredibly heavy, and you wouldn't be strong enough to support yourself.
They had a sort of movie about that where there was a kid born on Mars who came to Earth, and he was basically dying because his
Did he look
heart,
like- did he
his
look like
heart
a-
couldn't pump enough blood because
Oh,
of
did he look
gravity.
like a blobfish or something like that?
What? He looked like a normal guy, but it
You know,
was just,
you know what blobfish is?
yeah.
Okay.
You can put up a picture, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if anyone knows what it is, like that little. pudgy
Sorry
little
for all
guy.
the pictures this episode.
Dude, putting up pictures is easy. It's not only just find it online.
Put up a picture that
slap it
says
in.
putting up a picture is easy.
Man, you know, we really live in a world.
Wow, that groundbreaking theory from Cade.
Man.
I gotta stop saying that. You know,
There was a what was it? I was gonna mention something.
Pumping
What
blood.
were we talking about?
pumping blood. Guy could
before that, but a bit before that.
Space.
Moon or Mars.
Oh yeah, overpopulation. I was thinking about overpopulation the other day, and China, I don't know if it still does, had this like the 2-child law. Have you
Yeah,
guys heard about
yeah.
that?
It got rid of it.
I kind of think it was implemented in a really fucked up way.
Yes.
Like they did fucked up shit to enforce it. But I think the idea of having it be in law that you can only have a certain amount of kids to prevent population, I don't think it's necessarily bad if it's implemented in a humane way. Because overpopulation is a really big issue, and we're going to be facing that
What
going
do
forward.
you mean by like a humane way? Like, can you give like an example?
Not forcing people to have abortions.
oh yeah, that's a little messed up.
Yeah, like
What were we to say, Harry?
I was just gonna say like
Ooh.
it could be a humane way if you don't like kill off the kids that are already existing.
wait, did they do that?
No, wait.
Okay.
I don't think they did.
Okay, good.
There
I
was
hope to
a.
God they didn't.
I did read a book
NATO
about.
wants to know your location.
I did. I did read a book about that where it was a sort of a dystopian type thing where basically they did that in America.
It's crazy.
It was fictional, obviously, but like
Was it by chance called The Giver?
no, not The Giver. It was. I know what you're talking about. It was like a different book. It was like basically it was a book where there was a kid. I forget. It might not have been you were restricted to 2-child. Maybe it was 3. It was the kid who was like born over the limit, and so in order to keep him from being killed, they basically kept him in the house all the time, and occasionally he would sneak out and find other kids who were like shouldn't have like
Oh.
who were born that way, and eventually all the kids who were like born like who like to parents who already had too many went to go protest like you shouldn't kill us to the White House, and they shot all of them.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it got really dark.
Oh,
like,
wow.
It was a really dark series. I didn't read the whole thing.
What are we living in Trump's America?
Okay, bleep that out, please.
Basically, we need to.
There's no politics on this here podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
He neither
Aside from Chinese
retracts
politics,
nor
fuck
denies
them.
that statement.
Or
Or wait, no. He
Yeah.
neither endorses
Oh.
nor retracts that statement.
I'll probably censor that. We'll see.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the TV
China redacted.
China over the entire continent just disappears.
So the entire continent just redacts this episode because we mentioned the T-Man.
Well,
The
they don't
Basement
have-
Boys
what's the
podcast didn't
T-Man?
perform well in overseas audiences.
Oh, okay.
Bleep them out or bleep that out. Please.
Wait, I was about to. Oh yeah. They don't have YouTube in China.
They don't.
No, they have like their own version.
Yeah,
of
it's
it,
like-
but
they have
it's
YouTube.
because they censor shit in there a lot.
Yeah.
Firewall.
You guys remember the show Terra Nova?
No.
Nope.
It was a show. I think it was released by AMC. Like it was kind of like The Walking Dead was becoming like very popular, and so some studio decided to make a show based on that. But instead of zombies, it's dinosaurs. Where like it's set in a dystopian future. Like the world is like completely like polluted. Like overpopulation is crazy, and they invent a time machine that allows you to
that one.
Yeah, I remember
that
that.
one.
it allows you to go
yeah.
back, and so like they go to like their Cretaceous period, which is like near the end of like the dinosaurs. And
They found like a split in time so they could go back without fucking up timeline or something.
and so they go back to the age of the dinosaurs so they can solve overpopulation. And that was a show, and it had like one season. It didn't do very well.
I remember that. That was actually, I thought it was really good.
My dad and my sister both watched that. They found it interesting, but I was pretty young at the time, so I couldn't stay involved in shows that were mainly focused on dialogue and less focused on like, whoa, dinosaurs, wow, dinos. Because obviously, since the show performed more and more poorly, their budget for their CGI dinosaurs was less and less.
It gets to the point where it's like,
to the point where there was pretty much no dinosaurs at all. They were just in that setting.
it gets to the point where they're like literally sock puppets, just
Are we
green
talking
screened
Walking,
in.
Are we talking Walking Dead season 6 levels?
What do you mean?
The CGI for like Walking Dead just got noticeably worse over time.
I don't even remember any CGI in The Walking Dead.
They usually
it's usually wildlife or something.
for the zombies they mostly usually use like not prosthetics but like makeup and shit.
Yeah, for the zombies. But
Oh,
we're talking like wildlife. Like
Oh yeah, I
deer and
do
stuff.
remember there was like a big horde at some point, and it was clearly like animated, like a bunch of animated like zombies, like it's from a distance, and I'm like, okay,
It's
AMC.
like two.
All right,
It's like 2-dimensional and cartoony, even though there's humans.
I'm like, how many? What season are they on right now?
Hey, now it's 8 or something along.
I think they're on 8 right now, right?
don't know.
I think I'm on season 7. Me,
I'm about to ask a question that the answer to will be a spoiler, so warning you now for Walking Dead.
spoiler for The Walking
didn't-
Dead.
Spoilers.
I don't watch it, but didn't Rick die?
No.
I thought I heard he had died.
I haven't gotten to the 8th season yet, but I think that's seeing how like he's quit like the show, but the show is still going. I think in season 8 he is killed, but I don't know that for sure. I have not watched up that far, but based on like on Twitter, he's like, I had a really fun time working on The Walking Dead. And now I gotta quit my job and look after my kids.
Spoiler. I know they killed off like Finding Nemo or whoever it was.
What?
Ellen
Coral?
did. Okay,
Coral.
the first.
Coral. Oh yeah.
Oh, when you said Finding Nemo, the first thing I thought was, did they have Ellen DeGeneres in Walking Dead?
Yeah, they did. I forget if I saw that happen yet. I don't think I have. I don't know. I haven't watched in a while. Like me and my girlfriend. Here. Okay. If you're at this point, then spoilers are over for The Walking Dead, and so never should be talking in general. I think my girlfriend and I don't think my. Oh, jeez, I can't speak. Fuck. Oh, fuck. All right. My girlfriend and I, we've like completely binged The Walking Dead like crazy and watched like the first like 7 seasons. Or like we're in the middle of season 7. And I forget what's happened recently. But when you start watching that again, because like we're getting really close to like being caught up.
Okay. Sorry, are you
No,
done?
no, yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
When you were thinking of Walking Dead, it made me think of like, good TV shows, and I thought of Breaking Bad,
We're gonna watch that next.
and that made me think of this. Okay, so
Disc.
my friends here know I do this thing where sometimes if I'm bored, I'll go online and I will try to look for the cringiest thing I can. I've told you guys about this, right? That's how I found that one fan fiction.
That's just me going through iFunny.
Now, I will purposely go out and seek the most cringiest thing I can find because I'm just curious, how deep can we go? Like, how cringe is it possible to get? And one time I
Go
found
on.
a Breaking Bad fan fiction
Oh.
that was a crossover between... you know how they had that one Godzilla movie with the guy who played Walter White?
Yeah,
Brian Cranston?
Tell me
It was
all
a
about it.
crossover between Godzilla and Breaking Bad.
Oh, thank you.
And the theory, or not the theory, the plot, I use that term loosely, and no shit to the offer of this. Like, if you're not hurting anyone, do whatever the fuck you want. Don't give them shit. But the plot was they brought Heisenberg back to life somehow, and they found out Godzilla's weakness was meth.
Oh my
so
God.
they had him and Jesse work together to make a shit ton of meth.
Jesus Christ.
And then,
Dude.
and then it gets worse. It gets worse.
I'm stroking out.
They then decided.
Wow.
They then decided. I forget how it happened, but I think Walter White fell into a nuclear reactor, something like that, and it fucking mutated him to where he grew to the size of Godzilla.
Oh my fucking God.
Walter White fist fought Godzilla.
Fear and loathing in Neo Tokyo.
It was.
He's like, say my name.
No, that literally happened.
You're goddamn right.
No, that literally happened in the story. He does that, and Godzilla like roars, and he somehow understands that he says Heisenberg.
Naturally.
And that happens. And
Probably 'cause
he's like,
he's-
"No, it's Heisenzilla, you piece of shit."
The
And
radiation.
punches him.
Jesus
At this
Christmas.
point, this sounds like a deliberate shitpost.
I'm partly convinced it had to be, but it was written in a way that made me think it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain like halfway through the person was like, this is completely stupid. I'm going to keep going because this is fun.
Say my name.
Wow. Did he have like spikes or something?
I think it was literally just Walter White,
was
but
he
the
just
size
like,
of
was
Godzilla.
he just like 150 feet tall?
I think that's literally what it was.
That's hilarious.
Just fucking fighting Godzilla.
Wow. Do you know where I could find that?
Just
I
look
could
up-
like link it up like in the description or something.
I don't know. Just look up Godzilla Breaking Bad fanfiction crossover. I don't imagine there are many.
My God. Well, anyways, guys.
I think we know what we're naming this episode.
I think maybe we're gonna wrap up this episode of the Basement Boys podcast. My God, that's a Jesus Christ.
That's one way to end the episode.
I'm gonna try and find that. And
Let's try to find like the worst fanfiction we can.
Yeah, you know what?
For next episode.
Yeah, next episode we will read live the worst fanfiction we can find.
exactly, we'll try and read an excerpt from the Breaking Bad Godzilla fan.
That too. Yeah.
That's what we'll try and read. But anyways, guys, thanks for listening to the Basement Boys podcast. If you've gotten this far in the podcast, I want you to comment down below, say my name, and then try and represent a Godzilla roar as best as you can in text form. That's my mission for you.
Oh wait, so there's someone at the door. Oh God, it's Matt Pat.
Hello,
No,
Internet.
we already paid you the
Welcome
ransom.
to
Ah!